After 16 years, this is the big one. This could be the tournament that ends the series. The 2038 FIFA World Cup is about to begin in South Africa, and we are definitely one of the favourites trying to win it. Almost a year has passed in-game since yesterday's episode. Some players have gone, some new players have come in, and Bukayo Saka will be retiring from football at the end of the tournament. So I hope you're going to enjoy this episode. We are going to be taking part in the group stage of the FIFA World Cup of 2038 against Ivory Coast and New Zealand, as we look to get our campaign off to the best possible start. After we presumably get through the groups, we will then reduce to one-match episodes after that, starting with the second round, then hopefully going all the way up to the final and winning the World Cup, ending a 72-year World Cup drought. Obviously 1966, the one and only time we have won the World Cup. But we're European champions. We are also the European South American Cup holders as well. Didn't win the Nations League, but we are ready and raring to go to go and win the World Cup. That's our big test now. We are going to have a little look around sort of what's happened in the world of football. So we'll have a little look at Harvey Elliott into the Premier League. So there you go. Man United have won their third consecutive Premier League title. Liverpool finishing second there. Southampton finishing third once again. Leeds United finishing fifth, but ending up with a Champions League football. Going down this season, Crystal Palace, Swansea and Brighton. Of course, Crystal Palace enjoyed that one season where they finished in the top four. Every other season of this save, they've sort of been mid-table, but have finally dropped into the Championship. So quite a massive relegation, that one, really. Little bit sad for Crystal Palace, I would have to say, on that front. Into Serie A, Juventus have won their first title for 5 years. Been a good season for them, winning over Inter Milan, Atalanta and Lazio. Into La Liga then, Barcelona have won their second consecutive title, meaning Real Madrid are consigned to second once again. Zidane still in a job, believe it or not, but yeah, I mean, they are struggling in terms of trophies. I think they've had another trophyless season, actually. They certainly didn't win the Champions League or the Copa del Rey, but they did win the Supercopa. But the fourth, is it the fourth spell of Zinedine Zidane as manager of Real Madrid? No, third spell as manager of Real Madrid, and yeah, not necessarily as successful as his previous stints. In the Bundesliga, you can see Bayern Munich have won pretty much every single title of this save. Dortmund won it in 2028, but other than that, Bayern Munich very much the dominant team in that competition there. Let's have a little look at our squad there now. I want to introduce you to some of the new names. First one is Ahmad Rahman. He is 21 years old, has been playing for Bournemouth this season in the Championship, but is a Manchester City player. Has got 3 caps at international level, has been playing in the pre-tournament friendlies, is a very, very solid goalkeeper. He will go along with Darren Wootton and Eric Howes. We've got Woodward, Robinson, Lloyd, Frenson, Jones and Livramento, Cutbush, Warburton as our defensive players. Kean Pilbeam makes a return, and new boy Danny Weers comes into the squad. He is a 22-year-old who plays for Fulham, has had a good year in the Premier League this year, 7 assists in 37 games, a 7.04 average rating, comes in as probably our second best defensive midfielder behind Jude Bellingham, and we need that backup available there. Can also play in defensive or the defensive role as well as central midfield. We've got Steve Bamford in there as well. Bukayo Saka can, of course, play left back, and this will be his final ever matches as a footballer. He's had a wonderful, wonderful career for Arsenal. 134 goals, 74 assists, 57 player of the matches, of which 2 goals and 5 assists and 3 player of the matches have come this very season. He's still at the top of his game, and he will be a big miss, but he is retiring after this tournament for good. Jude Bellingham, of course, potentially in his final tournament, 34 years old, 170 caps. Of course, captained us to that Euros 2036 victory, has had another excellent season at Newcastle United, and presumably will, have another good tournament here. Matthew Granger joins us now, 29 years old. Lucas Smith, of course, Ben Wood, who was the hero of the last tournament, he makes a reappearance. Harvey Elliott, probably his last tournament, only a 2.5-star player these days, hasn't really played too much football starting at the games at Liverpool this year, but still a very, very useful player to have, in my opinion. Josh Campbell has come very, very good in the 2 years since the Euros. He's now joined Everton and has had his best season in the Premier League yet, and he will be our first choice on the left-hand side. Brett Betts will hopefully lead the line, although he is currently injured and will miss the group stage at the very least. Might not be back till sort of the quarter-final period, which is a bit of a problem. Reagan Glasgow makes his return, as does Emre Tezgel, but Nat Wallbank, who remembers this guy from Leeds United, of course, and we had him on loan at Real Madrid as well. He joined Tottenham after that and has now had to rebuild his career over in Holland. He's had 2 very, very good seasons in Ajax. He was in the preliminary squad, and I was actually quite impressed looking at him, looking at his attributes. He can, of course, play on the right as well. He's somebody we know can score goals, So Nat Wallbank is in the squad. And finally, we've got Michael Axon, who is a 21-year-old player for Brighton, was a wonder kid as recently as this year. April, I guess he was a wonder kid. He scored 12 goals in 29 starts in the Premier League this season. And looks very, very good. Very good finishing, good first touch. And he's actually going to be leading the line for us today, believe it or not, against the Ivory Coast. So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully this is a squad that's going to be good enough. I mean, if you look at the ability of it, we've got more than enough quality, I would suggest, to go very far in this tournament. We'll have to be quite lucky with our draw, but we're confident of beating anybody on our day, and that's exactly what we're going to go for. So, yeah, let's get into the match for today then against Ivory Coast. Eric Howes will start in goal with Callum Lloyd, Woodward, Warburton and Cutbush in defence. We've got Jude Bellingham holding the midfield with Granger and Wood in the middle of the park. Lucas Smith and Josh Campbell will start wide of Michael Axon up top. So here we go then. The World Cup of 2038 is about to begin. We should be able to beat Ivory Coast. We should be able to comfortably get through this group, but it could all go wrong. It was 1-1 between Ivory Coast and New Zealand, so Ivory Coast win this match and they're through, pretty much, and it would consign us to having to be one of the best second place teams in the competition. But so actually it is top 2 that go through, isn't it? Yeah, it's a silly format, this. Obviously they've went back to the original format in real life, but that hasn't trickled into this save because this was before the 22 World Cup, actually. That's how long this save has been going on. But hopefully we can get a good performance in there. Opening day, Wood whips it in, header over the bar from Lucas Smith there. I mean, that's a great start and looking dangerous already. Let's have a little look. So, yeah, France are the ones to keep an eye on because they could potentially be somebody we face in the second round if they finish second in their group. Here's Ben Wood. That's a good tackle. Here's Warburton, gets it to Woodward now. Here's Bellingham, and what a shot that is over the bar. It goes though. Yeah, Ben Wood looking good so far. Here's Bellingham, he whips it in. It's a header. It's Smith with the volley. It's the bar. Yeah, close, but no cigar there. And you feel one goal will get us rocking and rolling in this tournament. Here's Doumbia. In, and Bellingham struggling. Oh, and what's he done there? What on earth has Jude Bellingham done there? He passed it across the box to Cutbush. But we are 1-0 down in this opening match of the World Cup. And that was just really poor from Jude Bellingham. I mean, here he should have got it back. Managed to win it back. Passes it across and... Oh, well, I mean, Cutbush will get the blame, but realistically, that was Jude Bellingham's fault. And at half-time, we are going to be 1-0 down. Are we Bellingham into the middle, Warburton with a header over the bar, and perhaps it's not going to be our day as we go into half-time. And we could have serious problems if we lose this match. You know what? I'm going to go Nat Wallbank up top. I'm also going to put Saka on the left-hand side. Yeah, changing things up a little bit. And we'll see how that goes in the second half. So 2 changes made. Yeah, we do have 5 substitutes in the World Cup, so that's good. We can at least, try and make a difference. Right, gonna have to go for another couple of substitutes here. We're going to bring Livramento on. And Granger's going to come off for Harvey Elliott. It's not an inspiring change, is it? And Harwood can come on at left back. Here we go then. 3 big changes. Trying to freshen this team up. Demand more. But this would be an awful, awful result to start off this World Cup with. And it really would put us on the back foot because that would put us against France in the second round. Here's Bellingham. It's Smith. That's forward to Wallbank. Can he repay our faith? Yes, he can. But I think he's offside. Oh, this would be cruel. It's awarded. Nat Wallbank on his England debut has repaid our faith. It was a good ball over the top from Smith and a terrific finish there from Nat Wallbank. And he makes it 1-1. And now, here we go. Here's Livramento. Gets it to Smith. Back to Livramento again. He whips it in. Wallbank's there again. It's Elliott with the volley over the bar. Well, Wallbank looking dangerous. Might have just earned himself a start for the New Zealand match. Next time out. We got 5 minutes to go here. Can we grab a winner against Ivory Coast? Here's Harwood with the throw. Gets it to Smith now. Smith into the middle. It's Wood with the header. And that's the end of highlight there. Oh, is it? That's booted forward. It's Woodward with the header. Here's Wood. Bellingham. Harwood again. Still going Harwood. Good ball. Forward to Saka. Saka now. Whips it in. Oh, and is that a penalty? Surely that was a penalty. Here's Elliott. Harwood again. That's forward. Saka's there. Harwood. Wood. Here's Bellingham. It's Harvey Elliott with the shot. Oh! Harvey Elliott has won it for us here. What a goal that is from him. And he's not done yet, is he? His selection was heavily criticised in the media. But Bellingham got it to Harvey Elliott. Great shot into the bottom left. And with seconds left on the clock, we have secured 3 points in our first match here at the World Cup. And that could be absolutely huge. We needed that. We needed that. And that gets us our World Cup off to a good start in the end. It almost was the worst possible start. And we could have been out of the World Cup in this episode. But we've come back. We've got 3 points on the board. And hopefully we can go ahead and beat New Zealand. Well, we're just going to make the one change for the match against New Zealand. Nat Wallbank is going to lead the line. Everybody else is going to stay the same. I have faith in those players. We maybe just had a nervy start, and I think they need to play themselves in. Harvey Elliott, for instance, he's not going to make the start today, but big game against New Zealand today. I think they will be well up for it because they've got a chance of going through. We are already through, but we want to top the group, of course, and in theory have an easier match for our second round, although that's not helped England in the past. We haven't been to a quarter-final since 2026 World Cup, so, it would be a big deal if we were to get through this group stage and get far in this competition. The board, or the FA, need us to reach the final as a minimum. That is our expectation. So we could well be sacked from England. That is something that could happen. I'm hoping it won't. But we've just got to keep pushing. We've got to keep trying to play our best football. Cutbush over the top. Here's Josh Campbell with a great chance. Now Wallbank's there, but Josh Campbell has scored. It is an own goal, though, for Aaron Fisher, and I'm gutted that Nat Wallbank just didn't go and dink it in, although he might have been offside had he done that. Let's have a little look at this. But good ball over the top. And it would have been very close. So I think that's a wise choice from Nat Wallbank. But yeah, we're 1-0 up and cruising, hopefully. And yeah, if we can have a positive performance today, plenty of goals, that might well be a springboard into some really good performances. What a save that is from Howes. I mean, that was an awesome shot from Sven Campbell there. And here's Kelder now with a chance to whip it in, and he does. It's Ben Wood who gets it away. Here's Kelder to Williamson. It's a good block. End of highlight now. Right then. Yeah, just keeping an eye on the France group, because Australia would be the team that we would be taking on in the second round as it stands. They're the group that we need to zone in on. Good ball forward. Great chance for New Zealand, but Warburton comes and collects it, and hopefully he's going to get it away. Here's Lloyd. That's forward to Wallbank, and Granger, I thought, had found the opposition again there. Here's Campbell. Gets it to Cutbush on the left-hand side now. Cutbush with a great chance to whip it in. Gets it to Campbell. Campbell in. Oh, Granger's there, but Bellingham's got a chance to shoot. Great save. Great save. That's two very, very strong long shots from both teams, and two very, very high-quality saves from the opposition goalkeeper. Here's Warburton with the shot, and I mean, he was closer to the corner flag there than he was the goal, but yeah. So France against Australia. That's happening a little bit later on, so we won't get to see who goes through. They'll know what they need to do to top their group and avoid us, basically. I'm sure that's what France want to do. Here's Woodward. Gets it to Granger now. Granger pushing forward. That's forward to Campbell now. Here's Warburton. Warburton still going. Good ball forward to Wallbank. Here's Granger. That's a penalty, Jeff. That is a penalty, Jeff. And it was Matthew Granger hacked to the floor. And we need to think about who's going to take this penalty if we get the opportunity. And there it is. Are we going to get the little pop-up? I don't think so. It's going to be Matthew Granger that steps up. He's not had the best of starts to this World Cup, but steps up and puts it into the back of the net. 2-0 to England now, and that is us firmly through to the next round. And now we need to think about protecting some players, you would say. Warbank not necessarily had the best of games so far, but Cutbush has got an injury, so we'll have to think about who goes to left back position now. But half time, and it is 2-0. We are very much controlling the play. Who's going to go left back? Let's go Saka. Right, what can we do? So Lucas Smith is going to come off. Going to give Glasgow a little run out. We're gonna give Axon another chance up top. And Josh Campbell is going to come off for... Actually, no, I'm going to keep Josh Campbell on because he's played pretty well so far. So let's just make the 3 changes. And Woodward might come off at some point for potentially Michael Robinson. But you don't want to change everything all at once. Right, let's have a look then. Let's change this centre-back partnership. We're going to have Michael Robinson and Frenson Jones in defence now. And that all looks good to me. And we got half an hour to hang on here. But here come New Zealand. But Howes comes out and collects very, very comfortably in the end there. And here's Robinson. Michael Robinson gets it to Glasgow. Here's Bellingham now. Bellingham to Wood. Ben Wood over the top. And here's Axon. And here's a chance for Axon to score. And he does his first World Cup goal. And this is all before Brett Betts is on the pitch. I think we've got 4 good strikers, folks. I really do think that. And, well, it was Ben Wood once again with a bit of genius play over the top. Michael Axon there. And he just looks so composed, doesn't he? And he could well be the man to lead us to glory. But I think we have struggled for that striker up top that will score you goals every single game. And we haven't had that since Harry Kane, really. Brett Betts is one of those players, but very hot and cold. Here's Granger. That's forward to Axon with another shot just wide. But getting into the danger zones, having a go, and that's exactly what you want to see. But 3-0 is the score. We'll, of course, at the end of this episode, have a little look at how France have done. Here's Wood with a chance. He cuts inside. Ben Wood with the shot, and it's deflected, but Evans with the save. 10 minutes to go. Here's Saka. Whips it in. Header from Robinson. It's Frenson Jones, and somehow he's missed that. But Michael Robinson's header knocked off the line. 3 XG. We have played a lot better in this match than we did against Ivory Coast, which I think is massively important. 3-0 in the bag, and we are very much through to the next round. We can be happy with that, and let's find out who we are going to be playing. Let's see what happens with France. Cutbush is going to be out for how long? Oh, he's going to be out for a few days, actually, which is a shame. Granger got man of the match, which is wonderful to see. Come on then, let's push forward. France did beat Australia, so we are going to be playing Australia, who are the 22nd ranked team in the world. And yeah, looking forward to that. But that will be in the next episode. So if you have enjoyed that, then give it a big thumbs up down below. Subscribe for plenty more Football Manager videos. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.